So like working across these various genres, I mean, you've
Hmm.
mentioned like the pop music scene,
Hmm.
yacht rock with, Kenny Loggins and Michael
Hmm.
McDonald. You have
Hmm.
jazz with
Hmm.
Jonathan Butler, Will Downing. You have
Hmm.
hip hop soul with Queen Latifah, and
Hmm. Hmm.
you got British soul with Soul to Soul. Like it's just such a wide range of genres and even just
Hmm.
styles. Like
Hmm.
how do you adapt? How do you adapt when you work with each artist?
You know, as I was saying earlier, when I was a child and everything, and just going through the crates and looking at the records and how always having music played around me, the grateful to have parents that were lovers of music and lovers of all types of music. So in our home, I would hear Aretha Franklin, I would hear Rufus and Shaka Khan, and then at the same time, I would hear David Bowie, I would hear Led Zeppelin, I would hear Grace Jones, I would hear the Gospel Hummingbirds, I would hear, Aretha, I would hear, you know what I mean? I would hear Ella Fitzgerald. They made sure I would hear everything. I would hear Rolling Stones. There was no music, no genre, and especially growing up. Shout out to KDIA radio. Growing up in Oakland, California, that was an AM 1310 AM station that played everything, and that's what I
Hmm.
miss about radio now because there was no programming per se. They just play good music. So
Hmm.
you can hear Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then after Earth, Wind, and Fire, you can hear, Todd Rundgren. You know what I mean? You could. It was just, and that's how I programmed. That's how I got programmed in music. Fast forward, now I'm in my preteens and teens. Then this thing called MTV comes out.
Yeah.
Now MTV is giving me visuals, and I'm seeing, Flock of Seagulls. I'm seeing Twisted Sister. I'm seeing Deep Purple. I'm seeing Run DMC. I'm seeing Tina Turner. I'm seeing all these music, and that's how it just curated in my head. So as an artist, that's how I think. That's how I
Hmm.
maneuver. There is no genre that I just really don't enjoy singing because I love music. And when you're a
Yeah.
music head, it doesn't it doesn't matter. And I always wanted to be the type of artist to be able to adapt to whatever I'm given. I mean, I've even sung um, uh, Mexican, with I can't think of her name right now off the top of my head, but she was like the Mexican Madonna, and singing in Spanish. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I just wanted to be an artist that was able to adapt and sing everything in every genre and do it well in everything. And I think I accomplished that.
Okay. I love it.
pushplaypods.com.